everybody, it's AK Addicts again. Well, it's about 15 above, February 15th. Looks like we got a nice day. A little overcast over that way where we're going, but hopefully it'll burn off. We're a day late, but we got that wolf up and put away, so that's good. So we're gonna get started here, and we'll see how this day goes. Maybe we'll get lucky and get more than one marten this week. All right, I'll see you on the trail. All right, we're at the head of the trail again. Oh, those are all rabbit tracks and stuff up there probably. We'll see what's coming up on this first set. Oh, we got a little bit of snow drifting. I see no damage and I see no activity. Bait's still there, that's still there. Nothing happening but a bunch of rabbits. Seems to be the same thing every week here. I hate to pull this place early, especially if we got 2 more checks, but at a certain point, you know, you're like, why are you running anymore on this trail? Herman box is still quiet, even though it looked like there's some Herman tracks there. There was. But I think we're gonna probably trip this line. I think that's our best bet this week. So we'll take you down the trail if we see anything or catch anything. We'll bring you back. Well, I got the marten here in this 330 here, and I don't get it, but it sure looks like he's still alive. So let's go up here and take a look. Well, I could have swore he turned his head and looked at me, but he should be done in a 330 unless there's bait in the way. Oh, yep, bait in the way. Okay, we're going to dispatch him, and then we'll go from there. All right, guys. Nice little male marten. Well, not little, nice marten. So we're gonna wrap him up, keep going down the trail, keep tripping this line. We have decided this week we're gonna trip this line. Next week we'll trip the roadhouse line. And then the week after that, we'll do the local line. It'll be the end of the season. All right, we'll keep going down the trail, bring you back here for some more. So far, we're not that far down the line yet, but one lonely marten in that 330. That bait stopped it from closing all the way, but it held the marten. So that's good. I ditched my sled back there a little ways. No reason to friggin' drag that along if I don't have to, because we're just gonna trip. I'll let Mark trip that one. Just lift up the one side, and then you can put your finger behind it and trip it. Yep. But I think it's a good call. It's been real slow down here. I am seeing different tracks. There's a single wolf running this trail right now, and went right up to that friggin' box with the 120, sniffed it and left. So, don't know what that's about. Some Herman tracks. But other than that, pretty slow. It is nice not to hear my sled behind me go clank, 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 clank. And I can cruise a little faster. We'll get this line done. Like I said, we're gonna trip this one this week. Next week we'll trip the roadhouse, and the final week we'll do the local line. So, and there's still marten tracks out here. But then we may not trap either of these lines next year. Just let them both rest for an entire year. We'll let Mark trip a few here, and then I'll trip a few. I think it's a good call to do these 1 week at a time, Mark. I think it's a good call to do one line a week, and by the end of the month, we'll be done with all the lines. I'm gonna keep this video, I think, this week a little shorter. Friggin' DaVinci, it's always upsetting me, DaVinci, for some reason. I'm gonna look into some other editing programs. It works good, but I did that wolf skinning deal, and ended up being an hour-and-a-half long video. It was a 3-hour render, and right with 1:40, DaVinci locked up. So I went and redid it, and changed the rendering speed from 25% to 50%. Another 3 hours, and it finally went. And then, of course, you got the 45 minutes or so to get it over to YouTube. But finally, around 11:30 or so last night, I think a little after 11, it went through. Hopefully, some of the tricks I learned over the years help people, and if not, well, like I said, I'm no expert. I just do what I do. I'm really surprised this set has never given us one this year. This one's always been good to me. Well, it was real good to me last year, though, so that's probably why.
This one's probably fixing to get nasty.
What's that? What?
Yeah.
Well, oh, it's breakup?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, like I said, I've stepped off of my beaten path and gone up to my knee in water at the end of February, but that was a long time ago. All right, we're gonna keep cruising, everybody. We'll see if we got anything else. I think we got our one Martin. That's what we've been averaging every week here, so we'll see what happens. Well, our bait thief from last week didn't come back. So, man, we're burning up the trail today here pretty quick without a sled behind me. A little snow drifting, but not too bad. Friggin' 25 degrees outside. That's nice. Won't be long, we'll be starting to plant the garden, or not the garden yet, the flowers. I like to start the flowers about the beginning of March. That one we've actually taken outside in June or so. They're in full bloom and all pretty and showing color. And then usually April, 1st of April, around there is when I get busy with doing the garden. But I think this year I'm going to give it an extra 2 weeks. That way I don't have so many plants and they're not so long and lanky. All right, we're gonna keep rolling. Okay, we made it to the end of the line. And one Martin again this week on this line, so I'm glad we tripped it. We pulled everything. And we're gonna hit for the roadhouse line. I'm feeling Mark's gonna haul butt, so see if I can record a little bit. Get to one of these openings, show you a little mountain view. I don't believe I'm going to run this one or the upper line next year. I'm going to let them rest for a year, come back in 2 years and run them. And I may attempt to run both at the same time. I think that would be a good run. We need to go up and collect all of our boxes off the upper line so the bears don't destroy them. But we'll pick a time to go for a wheeler ride and do that. Yeah, it ain't worth the wear and tear on the machines or anything, your body or nothing, for one Martin a week. We gave it a hell of an effort. Oh, there we go, sun's shining. Back when we get to the roadhouse, maybe Fred will be around. This might sound a little corny, but every year at the end of the season, I always think the 9 Mile country. You know, up there, down here on this trail, every year for years, going back and forth between that trail and this trail, it has kept me with fur to sow. It has kept me making some income. It gives me exercise. It gives choices too. So, but I keep getting able to do this every year, and this country has been really rewarding and fun. So, well, we'll be back in this country though for sure in the fall, because we will be moose hunting up there. And then of course we berry pick in this area too, and you know, we don't go down any of these trails for our bees, but we also have bees in this country. So this area, the Taylor Highway, just especially this area I'm in right now, they just keep, it provides for us every year a whole bunch of stuff. So it's always good to say thanks when you're done for the season, even halfway through it, whatever. But I tend to do that every year. Most of the time it's just under my breath or in my own head. But I figured I'd share that with you this year, since it's the first year that I'm doing this channel. Alright, we are officially off of that trail. Let's see how fast Mark wants to go today. Fred's back. We brought him today some Vienna sausages. You don't want that, that was chew. Trust me, you don't want that. Alright, let's get here. Here you go, come on. Right up here. That's it, right here. Hey, up here. Come on. There you go. Come on. Are you being a picky eater today, huh? Oh, now it's on the ground. All right, yay, Fred's back. We're gonna get unloaded and run this line. All right, guys, we shared a can of Vienna sausages with Fred there. Get back, I'll share a sandwich with him. We are going to get started on this line. Once again, left my sled behind, get tired of hearing that clacking. We got a few traps with us. We'll see what happens. Well, the weather is changing for the better right now. It's supposed to be like 30 below this coming weekend. Hopefully the weatherman changes that for us. All this extra snow. Let's see if I can knock some snow off this tree, and there we go. Yep, nothing in that box and nothing there. That seems to be the norm. Well, we're just gonna check this trail and we'll bring you back. Well, first one of the season.
That's fresh.
Something chewed his feet off.
What the heck?
That's all right. We're not going to keep the rear feet anyways. Cute little guy. So we'll get him out of there and get reset. We need a good windstorm down here. All the trees are like laying in front of everything. There we go. That gives us a little room to go under. Spending all of our time doing this. Don't go under it. Yeah. That's all right, though, a little whitewash. All right, another empty one. Well, we got our first ermine of the year, so that's kind of cool. Tighten up my tripod here. There we go. All right. Well, guys, that was the end of that trail. Short and sweet, but hey, we got our first ermine of the year. So we didn't get skunked there. So that's a bonus. Definitely got more snow here. Man, knocking all the snow off trees just get through. But next week we'll pull this line. See if we have a view of anything. Not yet. Oh, it's a beautiful day out. All right, but now let's see here. Showing 19 above right now. It's nice as you can finally start feeling a little bit of heat off the sun. Oh, we got lined up. We can have a good view of the mountains and everything. There we go. That's what we're wanting to see. Somewhere we're going to get our butts back to the truck, hit town, get that local line checked. Ooh, I'm trying to run off the cliff here. Okay, back on the trail. All right, I better pay attention. Here, better give Fred just a little bit more grub before we leave. Oh, you want the meat inside? You don't want the bread, do you? Picky. There you go, there. All right.
Don't leave it on the truck.
He's off, but we're gonna, you dirty bird, making a mess on my truck. Hopefully, I'm making a mess.
Better get it and go, Fred. You're gonna lose it. I guess I'll be able to
Eat the important parts first, the meat.
Yeah.
Better not crap on my hood. I just got my truck washed. Oh, he's not wasting any of it.
Oh, I was afraid he was gonna do it on your windowsill.
Me too.
He's definitely not hurting.
Not in a hurry. Well, we got our first sermon of the year.
Yep. One on each side so far.
Alright, we're out of here. Well guys, we made it to the local line. We're going to come up on our first sets. We're going to let Mark go first, just in case you do get something you can see it bouncing around all inside you. It'd be cool if we even got one Martin, then we wouldn't have got stumped this line at all. We'd have got something off every set. But nothing there, nothing there. There's another one. The only reason we're going to pull this one last is because we get to just leave our yard. run without any local crud, so guys, that's the end of that line. Kind of figured that was going to be an empty run. It has been quiet and dead back here. That's it there. I really thought we'd hammer something, but it appears not. So I'm going to wait for Mark. He went up to the turnaround. I think he forgot that we don't have sleds behind us. We can turn around anywhere. But I'll wait for Mark, and then we will get out of here and head back to town. Well, as always, be safe, have fun, and we'll see you next week on the line.